we wind up these hamstrings and sit right back, almost like we're about to fall over, so we can leverage the bar up as we stand up. We're back with Mr. Ripped, and today we're going to go through 5 different tips to help you improve your deadlift. So make sure you swipe right for Mike. Okay, so tip number 1 is keeping the bar nice and close. So when we deadlift, we want the bar to travel straight up. So having the bar nice and close means we can go in a straight line, so a much more efficient bar path. The other thing is if the bar is further away, which we see quite often when the bar is coming out here, it means the bar, 1, has to travel further, but you'll typically see the hips shoot up first rather than the initial leg drive. Okay, so what that will do will place more load on the posterior chain, i.e. the low back, and you start compensating at the low back instead of actually using your legs. So when we deadlift, make sure that bar is nice and close and then pushing the floor away. So tip number 2, we're going to make sure that we have the correct weight distribution in the foot prior to the lift. So what we often see is that when people deadlift, the knees come too far over the toes, okay, and the weight is too much into the forefoot, okay, rather than onto more of the heel. Okay, so what this does, if we lift like this, the bar will have to travel around the knees, which is not ideal. We want to have that straight bar path. So we want Mike to lean right up, pull that bar nice and close, stretch out those hamstrings, and then pick up the bar. Okay, so coming back down. Okay, so we almost like we lean back, okay, like we're about to fall backwards, and then we stand up. So we kind of leverage the bar up. Okay, so tip number 3 is making sure that we're nice and tight prior to the lift. So what we want to do is take a big breath into our belly, not so much our chest, but into our belly, brace our abdominals as hard as we possibly can, and then push the floor away. So what Mike's going to do, he's going to take a big breath into his belly, brace his abdominals, and then press the floor away. Slowly come back down. So we sit right back, big breath into the belly, brace, and press away. So tip number 4 is making sure that we're locking down in our lats prior to the lift. So we want depression of the scapula, not retraction. So you see some people where they've got their shoulders back like this. That's not necessarily what we want. We actually want depression. So we want to lengthen these arms. So if you think, bring your arms to the side and try and touch your toes. Another cue would be trying to put the shoulder blades into the pockets. So let's get down to the bar and show you exactly what this means. So Mike's going to come down to the bar. Okay, he's going to sit back, keep the bar path nice and straight. He's also going to pull his scaps down into his pocket. Okay, big breath in and press the floor away. Very good. That's it, all the way down. Again, drop the shoulders down, okay, and press the floor away. Okay, so tip number 5 is making sure we're locking out properly. So you see a lot of people in the gym where they overextend their low back. Okay, we don't need to. We want to keep the rib cage down, extend the quads, so lock your quads out, and also squeeze your glutes, so extend the hips as well. So we'll get Michael to give you an example here. So he's going to come down to the bar. Okay, he's going to pull the bar close. Okay, he's going to lean back, wind up those hamstrings, drop those shoulders down, big breath into the belly. Okay, so what we want to make sure is he's not excessively leaning back, okay? He's keeping his ribs down, his ass is on, his quads are tight, and he's nice and strong. Again, sit back, big breath in, push it out. Fantastic.